All right, quick update, a little longer version of the short that I posted. So, the top lever is actually great. I mean, if there was a way to, mount a scope or something to the lever itself and have it reset. And the benefits, aside from what I pointed out with the cross pinning and not having to rely on a web right here to pin to, the other side benefit I just realized, if I could do it with one hand, let me see, is you can leave the lever in place and pop your hammer right out, which is impossible with a regular side lever. Because with a regular side lever, this pin or whatever's interacting needs to be between the back pivot and the bolt. That's where it rides, between those two. But in this situation, I could slide right past. You can see I'm pushing the bolt right there. So yeah, there's actually a couple benefits. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this this handle on here, although it works. I'm not sure if I like it, aesthetically, which I guess doesn't matter too much. I have no idea what the gun's going to look like because, as usual, I'm just winging it. What else? So I got to do a pressure test on the valve. I got to do a hydrostatic test, but I'm waiting till I can make the valve stem, and the valve stem hole ended up at 4.1 millimeters, so I have some stainless steel 4.1 to make the poppet. And once the poppet's installed, I'll just make a quick cap, M24 threads, make a quick cap of the Foster, and I'll do some pressure testing. And that's the real reason why, this was surfaced, and this and that, those were all fly cut, but the front wasn't, because I don't necessarily trust the grade of this material. So I don't want to hydro test with any less wall thickness than I have right now. I can always sand, I'll sand and paint that and everything later. But I want to get through this hydrostatic test and hopefully not have an explosion. Other than that, once the air system's up and running, I need to make a cap right here to retain this spring. It'll be under some preload. The trigger is probably going to be one of those modified paintball triggers like I used in the semi-auto build, where I kind of chop it down and make it look a little better, less like a paintball gun. And yeah, so once I do the hydrostatic test, I have aluminum 1.5 or 7.5 coming tonight to make the end caps for this chromoly tube, and that'll be the air tube. But that's pretty straightforward and simple. That's not really time consuming. So yeah, after capping this, hydrostatic test. What else? I might do a test fire, after I do the hydrostatic test, just to see what it sounds like, and then mount the main tube and 2 bolt holes for the, for the trigger. And yeah, it won't be long, probably be a couple days. We'll be doing some chronograph stuff. One thing I came to realize, which is silly, because I made this thing, I made this pellet, where is it? I made this pellet kind of on the fly, and it's, I don't know, it's not shaped like any real pellet, I guess. It's kind of shaped like a odd slug. But one thing I realized is that it's actually wider than the loading port. So I could shave back here, or I could just make the future ones a little bit shorter, like this cone. It's completely pointless, it's like a little hollow point or whatever. It's just decorative. So if I didn't have that, I could load. And this weighed, I think, 230 grain, but I'll be using my little digital scale a lot when it comes to testing different rounds and figuring out the foot-pounds of energy for this thing. So anyway, that's it so far. Hopefully some big updates in the next day or two when Amazon shows up. Thanks for watching.